I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome to Turner Classic Movies, where you've joined us in the middle of day 2 of Summer Under the Stars. Each day in August on TCM, we devote 24 hours of programming to a different Hollywood star. We always have a stable of heavy hitters, as well as a few actors who've never gotten their own Summer Under the Stars spotlight. Sometimes they're moderately obscure character actors, or, in the case of our next featured player, a more modern actor whose films can be trickier to license. Since early this morning, we have been featuring the movies of an Oscar nominee, an Oscar winner, and a 2-time Emmy and Tony Award winner as well, Christopher Plummer. In a career that spanned 7 decades, Christopher Plummer, a Canadian, never stopped working in movies, on television, and in the theater, his first and greatest artistic love. Plummer appeared in more than 100 feature films between 1958 and 2019, earning 3 Oscar nominations, all of them when he was in his 80s. Plummer, though, is remembered most fondly for a role he played early in his Hollywood career in one of Hollywood's signature movie musicals. Surprisingly, this is a film we have never had the opportunity to air on TCM before tonight, though we did feature it as the opening night movie of the TCM Classic Film Festival in Hollywood in 2015. Christopher Plummer and his co-star Julie Andrews were in attendance for that screening. Released by 20th Century Fox in 1965, this is The Sound of Music. Film is adapted from a hit Broadway musical by Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein, which was in turn based on the memoirs of Maria von Trapp. She published a fictionalized account of her experiences working as a governess to 7 children and the complicated relationship she had with their father, a widowed naval captain. Together, the family fled Austria after Adolf Hitler orchestrated the Anschluss, uniting Austria and Nazi Germany in 1938. On stage, the roles of Maria and Captain von Trapp were originated by Mary Martin and Theodore Bickel. For the film, the parts went to Andrews, fresh from delivering her breakthrough performance as Mary Poppins, and Plummer, who'd only made 3 movies prior to this. Their chemistry on screen is undeniable, and as Andrews has said, everyone working on The Sound of Music was at the top of their game, including director Robert Wise, just a few years removed from winning Oscars for producing and directing another hit movie musical, West Side Story. This film became a record-breaking box office hit, went on to earn 10 Oscar nominations, winning 5, including another 2 for Robert Wise for Best Picture and Best Director. From 1965, also with Eleanor Parker, Richard Hayden, and Peggy Wood, this is, somehow, the TCM premiere of The Sound of Music. Sound of Music became the biggest hit of 1965, making enough money to bring Fox into the black following the studio's struggles with Cleopatra in 1963. Though it is certainly worth pointing out that Cleopatra started turning a profit in 1966 when Fox sold the rights to network television. 60 years after its release, The Sound of Music remains one of the most popular films of all time, though it took decades for Christopher Plummer to finally come around to liking the movie. Plummer, at the start of his film career, when he played Captain Von Trapp, had little interest in playing what he viewed as a dull, sentimental character in a musical. Plummer was a serious dramatic actor, and he did not see this as a serious role. But being Christopher Plummer, he brought a depth and strength to the character that ultimately made the film more powerful. Plummer and Julie Andrews were our special guests at the opening night of the 2015 TCM Classic